Hello, my name is Whale Shark, and as the founder of the Whale community, we are honored to be a sponsor for Renaissance 2.0 2.0. The world is getting larger and smaller at the same time. With travel being restricted due to the COVID pandemic, geographic physical distances have not only become further, but even insurmountable. Yet, as the human race, in our journey to communicate, to share, and to connect, we have found a way to close the distance through the digitization of society. Art, the pinnacle of our creative achievements, will undoubtedly also go through digitization, filling up the increasing number of screens that we carry and live with every day. And the catalyst to bring about this change? Blockchain technology. Learn more about this revolution of digital art with us at Renaissance 2.0 2.0.
Okay. Hi, hello everybody. Can you see me, Alegria?
Yep.
Okay. Hi everybody. I'm here from the Renaissance 2020 show. Actually, that's the title there. It's a bit hard to see, so if you want to see everything perfectly, don't worry. I have prepared a document to share with all of you, with all the pieces on display and all the descriptions from the artists. First of all, thank you so much, Whale Shark, for your support for this project, this show, and everything that you have been doing. I'm very happy. I'm very sorry that last time when we had the live streaming, the volume wasn't playing on your video, which I think was amazing. And I love Whale Shark's voice. This is the truth. So I even asked him to make some shorter videos for me to be used. So thank you so much for having done that. Before starting the tour of the show, I wanted to show you our catalog, which is here with me. And also to let the Whale community see where you appear on this catalog. We start with all the pieces that are shown in the museum, and the catalog doesn't come with descriptions of the art pieces, but it comes with very intimate and personal thoughts of all the artists participating in the show about this time that we are living in. So someone wrote about quarantine, someone wrote about Renaissance, hope, fears. This was I wanted for the catalog to be a diary. And then in the last part of the catalog, we have focus on crypto art. So this is the last part. This is our focus on crypto art, which I think came out very interesting. I don't know how many catalogs there are in the world talking about this. We have an introduction from an article then me and Chiara Braidotti wrote together a while ago, and then there is a little article about the secondary market that I've written for Mokta Museum, and then there is also an article about curating digital art in URL that me, Serena, and Chiara wrote together for Mokta Museum. And then we start with, here you have the Whale Community. It's the courtesy of Whale Community Private Collection. So we talk about the vault. And this is a very good description that Whale Shark provided me. So we describe what the Whale Community is, what the vault does. And then we have some pieces shown. From Brandon Dowes and C.S. Lim and Pak. It's just to let you know that it was very difficult to select pieces from the collection, but we just proposed 3 artists who work with generative art and show it here on the catalog. But Whale Shark made sure to make another little video where you are all on display. So this is the catalog. This is also the collection of token angels, and then a group of Italian people working on tokens, the ecosystem of items on top of Ethereum. And then we have a very interesting article written by this law firm here in Rome, in Italy, that talks about copyrights and how to deal with copyrights and blockchain. So looking a little bit at the future of this field. So this is our catalog. It's also in augmented reality. And it was just to show you where the whale community is in here, which is, I hope it will stay as a document, as a piece of history. So I'm very sorry that the conference couldn't happen physically. I was very sad about that, because I thought that it was the most special peculiarity of this conference, very different of all these conferences that we usually have, about the blockchain online. But unfortunately, I would say that it could have gone so much better, but many others tell me that it was a miracle that this show happened because of COVID. Every week they will come out with new restrictions, so it was impossible to do the conference physically, and it was impossible to have this cocktail during the opening. But the opening happened, and people came, and actually people who didn't receive the news that the conference was canceled physically came, and it was even like older people from Rome. So I was very happy, and everybody is reading the catalog, and I think that the education is on. So again, thank you so much, Whale Shark, for having me also today here on your channel for the finissage. So I will just take you around the museum. I just want to explain to you that this is a very antique space here in central Rome. So the walls are very thick. This is why we have so many technical problems. But this is what happens when you want contrast and language that people can understand, in order to put something new that they will be more open, hopefully, to understand. So I already say that I'm sorry for all the technical problems that will happen, but hopefully we will make it. I will just take the computer with me and let you go around the show. So if you don't see everything, don't worry. I will be able to send you documents and links and videos. And also there is the show is also online on the virtual gallery on this website, which is called Kunstmatrix. So hopefully we have means. I mean, we're digital, so we have means to fix the situation. So I will start with my computer from the first two rooms where we were able actually to get the Wi-Fi, and then for the rooms where we weren't able, I just took 2 videos with my phone, and I will take you around with my voice through the art pieces. So this is the first room. Here is the Renaissance 2020 title, and this is a photo by Maria Svarbova. So first of all, this is a show about digital art, meaning that I wanted to provide and show people like an overview about the status of digital art and the different techniques that are used around the world from artists to create art. So the interaction of art and technology and where we are at now, just to start this process of education that I'm also trying to do with the gallery. So here, the first piece that we see here, and I will come closer because otherwise you won't be able to see it. It's actually an Ai Weiwei art piece. This is Ai Weiwei's documentary. So it's called Omni, and it's 2 videos. So I'm sure that you all know that Weiwei, he filmed his documentary Human Flow about the immigrants all over the world. And while he was filming that, he happened to be in Myanmar, where he filmed this refugee camp, and also the situation of how elephants live, that he compared to human beings. They're not treated very well. The curious thing about Weiwei in perfect Weiwei style is that many people approached him and asked him if he wanted to use the virtual reality for his art pieces, and the way he answered is that he preferred the real reality to virtual reality. But then he said that when he was experiencing this refugee camps, virtual reality, which is actually a 360 degrees video, really came in help. To reproduce that same feeling of immersive experience that it was feeling. And so this is when he had his 360 degrees video. So we have it here, and I was very happy that Weiwei allowed me to show this video. I worked for him for 4 years in Beijing, so we're very close. And here we also have our cardboard, so people can actually just go on YouTube and on the link of the video that we show on the big monitor, and then they can just put their phone inside the cardboard here, and then they can experience the immersive reality. As I was saying, for this artist whose name is Maria Zvarbova, she's a photographer, and I have to say that her participation for the interaction of art and technology was a bit forced by me, since she's an artist that I very much love, so I really wanted her to be in the show. It's digital photography. It's not a weird or very innovative use of technology, but I was very happy that she was here, and I have chosen this photo for to be put under the title. I think that it's very symbolic, and for this year 2020, it's power of women, and it was the first time that she used black female models for her photos. So I think that this is a very good match for our Renaissance 2020. And here we have our beloved Dada. I'm sure that all of you know the Dada, which is one of my favorite projects on the blockchain. I mean, we all know it's a collaborative platform. It's collaborative art. Let me put this bigger. People are coming to the show. So live, Maruti. Yeah. It's collaborative art. It's one of the best examples that we have around for digital art. I'm trying to let you see the screen better. Everybody can, just join the platform and participate in this digital conversation through drawings where artists from all over the world answer to each other. The night of the opening, the founder, Bea, and two other artists were here sitting on a table and drawing live with people from all over the world. So I thought that it was amazing because people could really get it. People were, sitting next to them, and they could see this conversation, taking shape and come to life. Dada, they're very pioneering on the space, is one of the few platforms where first came the art and then came the blockchain. So Dada was already existing for many years, and then the blockchain came to help them to monetize the whole project. But as pioneers of the space, now they're working on something even bigger, which is called the invisible economy, where they're actually thinking about a token where the value doesn't come from money anymore. So like a sustainable system of a community where the token will have value coming from different aspects, like collaboration, like participation of people in the platform, and many other things, and where actually the value will probably be reached and distributed even without selling art. It's a completely new project. It's very avant-garde. It's 2.0, 2.0, 2.0, 2.0. It's 10.0. Please follow them and read their white paper about the invisible economy. I hope that it will work. I'm sure that it will. Dada is always pushing the boundaries, either with art and with what they come up for new sustainable systems. So this is Dada. This is other photos by Maria Zvarbova. And this is the newest one. And then here we have a project which is I consider to be more of a museum kind of project. This is an artist who lives in Canada, and she is the daughter of two immigrants from Vietnam. And basically what she's talking about in this project is this obsession of her mother for that kind of luxury. So it's the new rich, like reaching a certain kind of good monetary level, and getting obsessed with the way of showing it. So she says that her mom's house is full of chandeliers, and you cannot see it here maybe, but this is like a documentation of video calls between her and her mother, and you can see all these chandeliers appearing everywhere as an obsession, and this is how she came up with this obsessing chandelier gif. And this is a project which is called the J Project. Here you can see the video of the performance that happened on the day of the opening. The J Project is, and I can show you here the actual Chinese jade. So the J Project is a project curated by one of my professors at university here in Rome, here. So basically, he calls contemporary artists to reinterpret and revisit the spirit of the jade. Not many of you may know that these stones, these objects had so much value in Chinese culture. And I think that it's a good way of rethinking about all objects and not leaving them, as a dead thing, dead objects in a museum, but to bring them back to life. In this case, a digital painting was made here. The artist went inside the texture of the jade with microscopes and created this abstract digital painting. So as I used to call it, like a show about the jades without the jades. And then there was a performer dancing with this jade digital projection on his body, and there was a musician who was actually playing the jades. Here we have another kind of use of technology. This project is presented together with MOCDA, the Museum of Contemporary and Digital Art, where Serena is the founder. And so this is a project by two artists, Anya and Deja, and it's wearable technology. I will wear it for you, but I'm too small for this. This is a coat, and the pockets are made of fabric, which is used by like soldiers or police, like investigators, and basically it's like a full protection from any sort of Wi-Fi, 5G, phone signal, so nothing can go through here. So they actually create these two little spaces in the world where your data cannot be taken by anybody. And then we have this other project here, which I'm sure everybody knows. This is Right Place, Right Time by McCain, with the patronage of Token Angels. This is the the project which is most connected to the blockchain that we have here in the show. Besides Hackatao, but that's a different kind of use of blockchain. Here, it's really connected. It's the subject is the Bitcoin volatility. This is generative art. It's made on async platform, and I'm sure that all of you here know the platform, async platform, programmable art, where you can have a master art piece and different layers. In this case, we have a master art piece, a token that was acquired by Token Angels, and then in the time of 10 years, we will have 210 tokens released and 210 prints released, which will be sold separately. And based on the volatility of the Bitcoin of each day, patterns and colors and content will change. Here we have the print of September 7, which is my birthday, so I have picked this day. And this is from September 7, 2015, where the volatility of Bitcoin was at 90%. And obviously, I'm sure that all of you understand the reference of 210 to the 21 million of released Bitcoin. Here we go to the second room. I hope that the Wi-Fi will switch. Finita. Okay, you can still see me. This is the room of, don't even want to say that. So this is the room. Augmented reality room. And this is the art piece, which is the cover art piece of our show. Well, actually, I have to go to take my phone because I've forgotten. And so I can show you how this works, although I'm sure that everybody knows. So these canvases are by artist duo Hackatao. And if you download on your phone the app Artivive app, and you go on the app and you can this is what happens. So Hackatao, don't need too many explanations in the space. I was more than happy to have them in the show here in Rome and to have new canvases coming. I finally seen these canvases live, and when I opened them, I was as happy as a baby. I assure you that in real life they look amazing. It's 6 centimeters thick. It really looks like a precious object, and Hackatao is a continuous, constant experiment for me, as well as a gallerist and as a curator. And see. And it's always very every day we have discussions about like how to deal with what's happening in this blockchain time, which is a super fast time. So for this show, we had a long discussion about the value of these art pieces, the fact that the value that they now have on the digital art market on the blockchain cannot be divided from their physical value anymore. I mean, it's a long story, but it's like, if these artists exist in a space and they are so recognized in a space, should this value change when we switch to another space? So finally, in a broader considerations, we came to the solution that value is value and art is art, and we cannot keep dividing things at this point. And so these two streets that were not meeting each other actually met. And so we finally got to the point that, for instance, for the show, the way we would sell these art pieces, which I think have two souls, one is digital and one is physical, is that if a collector wanted to collect a canvas, we would show him the token on the blockchain platform and its value at that point, and give him the chance to acquire the token at that price, and stopping the auction. But obviously, all the opposite happened. It happened that the canvases were actually acquired on the blockchain. I see that my battery is very low. And so, I mean, this is the beauty of having to deal with blockchain. But I think that the point here is that we're trying not to separate the markets anymore, and we're trying to educate people. Like personally, I'm trying to educate people from the blockchain to the joy of also having something physical which can be experienced with five senses. Since I think that we are, as I say for my gallery, we are containers of soul. And so this is the way we face the world with our body, and also to educate people from the physical art world to understand that we cannot they cannot ignore the digital art market anymore. It's very difficult, but we're getting there. And in fact, we had a visitor after all the canvases got sold out for the opening. We have a visitor who is a physical art collector, and he commissioned us a physical canvas and a token. And I know that Hakatao also had this conversation with other gallerists and people from the art world, and we all agreed in the end that that at a certain point it will be stupid to keep separated the two worlds. So I think that Hakatao is one of the best examples for like to understand this, to understand like the the most cutting edge situation and status of crypto art, digital art, and physical art right now. Because what if you have the three of them? And this is how we thought that the augmented reality could be this connection between the two worlds, which we don't consider to be divided anymore. So the collector of the token will have this digital animation, which is owned by the collector of the canvas as well, and the opposite will also be true. And so this is how we decided to face the collecting the collecting of Hakatao's art for now, but tomorrow, who knows? And the one that I didn't show you is this. This is shown on a mural canvas. So also, in order to respect what I want to do with the gallery, where all the digital art will always come with a physical component, since considering our human nature, all the digital art tokens come with a mural canvas, which is a kind of digital support that I really love, since I think that we also have this technical problem right now, meaning that we have the art, but we don't really have like devices where to show the art. Because usually we are forced to use TVs, which I am not a big fan of. This in the same room of augmented reality, this is a couple of Chinese artists and who live in New York. They talk about urbanization in China, and this is also in augmented reality. I will show you here. Okay. From now on, we won't be able to have Wi-Fi anymore because this building won't allow us to be connected with technology anymore. So I just filmed 2 videos that I will show you on my computer, and I will take you around the show through the videos. Just 1 second. Moni, potresti accendere? C'è un modo per accendere la luce qui? Ah no, è uguale, è uguale. È uguale, è uguale. Ecco. Here. Piacere, mi puoi togliere il volume di questa performance perché mi ammazza. Puoi anche spegnerla. Io sono live. Okay, so we take it from the Hackett House room and we keep going inside the museum. This is another photo by Maria Svarbova. And then we're going through the stairs. And we'll be able to reach a sculpture, a very special sculpture that you might not think that it's a sculpture, but it's a sculpture by Giant One. Actually, its virtual sculpture also comes with a physical sculpture. Unfortunately, we couldn't make it in shipping it in Italy. COVID as being killing the shipping on the art pieces. It was very difficult. But he made this beautiful sculpture in resins printed with these printers that he keeps buying. But I don't want to say more. We'll see it soon. But here we have Giant One, his real sculpture. It's called Mind, and I will show you. This is what you see inside the Oculus. Well, this culture was mind blowing for so many people who are visiting here. I've just bought the Oculus 2, the Quest, uh, it's really it's always amazing, and it was really amazing for me as well to enter. Ciao. Hold on for a second. See, ciao. And visitors coming. Okay, this is Sofia Crespo. Sofia Crespo is an amazing artist she uses machine learning, and her art is at the crossroad between biology and technology. Her art is really amazing. She creates these new natural worlds. Veg it's for like flowers and plants and animals and ocean and sea, what she does with her art is that she creates these new realities that really confuse our senses, meaning that our eyes think that they recognize objects or figures that we already know, but actually our brain stops us there and protects us from the mistakes and tells us that these realities that we are actually seeing are not codified in what we call realities. We should talk forever about Sofia Crespo's work. She's doing this amazing natural book, where all these creatures are all invented, they don't exist. She's studying how technology can create new subjects in the natural world, and how the process of our brain is connected to the computer, and the process of natural beings are connected to technology. Just go to see her. Her work is amazing, and I'm very happy to have her here. This room is the room that hosts the documentary called Coronation by Ai Weiwei. It's a documentary about COVID-19 that he filmed in Wuhan. So he sent people to Wuhan to film the actual lockdown and everything during COVID. And very strong as usual. Keeps having so many problems. Every time they screen it, the day after they have to cancel it, because he shows how China was silent about the beginning and the reasons of the pandemic. And so in a very Ai Weiwei style, he talks about what wasn't told. Here we arrive in the biggest room of the museum, where all the lights and screens are. We'll have to go fast because the doorkeeper will kick me out. This is Amai, and he's an artist he's an Indian artist who lives in Chicago. This is the overview of the room. Ben Snell, Richard Garrett, Penelope, and Jesu Jung. So we'll take it from here, from Amai's Antitodes. Many of us as actually all of us, was locked down in Chicago, and his mother and his friends, but especially his mother, was very worried about him. What you're seeing there is him putting a webcam on his room to monitor himself 24 hours a day. And this is a digital printer that he made, where his mom was finally able to send messages to him and friends, and this digital printer was connected to the physical printer. And so all these messages of love and care were printed, and he put it in these antidotes of love that you see here. This is also another art piece where it talks more about philosophy from the particular to the bigger picture and the opposite. And I will send you all the descriptions. We will have to be quicker now, but you'll see everything in this document that I have for you. And the next artist is Ben Snell, one of my favorite. Ben Snell, he also, it's generative art. He also works with machine learning. And what you see here, first of all, these are the infinite objects that were also sponsor of the show. This amazing little printed videos, which are like photos you cannot reprint and you cannot change it ever again, and that will be on loop for the rest of their life. But besides that, this is how a computer will dream if it could dream. Why? Because Ben Snell teaches the computer to become a sculptor. So here, so the computer will have, it kind of has like a dream when he creates these sculptures. How does it do it? So Ben feeds the machine. This is, we will see the sculpture Angel Machine 9. He feeds the machine with photos and documents of sculptures, for instance, by Michelangelo and many others. This is Angel, and what he does, so he feeds the computer with all these elements, and in the end, the computer gives its own interpretation of how the sculpture should look like. So what happens there? I think that it's like it's the same as in life. Obviously, I think that we should stop asking if the art piece was made by the artist or the computer. It was made by the artist. Artists even code their own softwares. They teach their softwares. They feed their softwares. They even interact and even kind of like try to control a bit what the result and what they want from the computer, what they want to obtain from the computer. But obviously, as in life, you can control it as much as you can, but then you always have that percentage of randomness, which we call fate. And in this case of the machines and computers, it's called randomness. What Ben Snell does here is, after the computer gives and proposes a sculpture, he basically, like, he makes it into dust. So he destroys the computer, he makes it into dust, and he used the computer pins, so the computer parts with glues to make the actual sculpture. So here you see the author living in the actual art piece. This was Ben Snell. And then the next artist is Richard Garrett. Richard Garrett is based in New York, and he's a video artist. And he was also showing his art pieces at MoMA museum, and his sound piece. So basically, he transformed the sound inputs to like digital images. In this case, what it does is, like the digital and physical are very much mixed together. So he starts from analogical things and transforms it into digital. It connects digital machines to physical process, and the opposite. And you have these very much complicated art pieces, which Richard is one of those cases where I think that it's easier to perceive, feel, and enjoy and understand his art just looking at it than talking about it, because it's very like it's very difficult to talk about it. But basically, just translate into video all the reality surrounding us. This is Penelope. This is an Italian artist. She's presented by M8 Gallery here in Rome, and what she does is these light boxes that interact with music and with an app on the phone, it's all mirrors. And what you have seen there is tunnel of life. She just became mother, so that's what she wants to represent. Here you have the two bit like boxes on a dialogue. Very fun art pieces. So it's more of an interactive kind of technological art pieces. And then finally we have Jason Young. So Jason Young is an artist who's based in New York. The way we got to know him was that he was put in these light boxes in the middle of Brooklyn, especially Bushwick, and he would hide. And if the person passing by would stop more than a few seconds, then he would manifest. Here, he's a generative artist. He's a coder, so his art is coded. What you see here are sculptures. He defines himself to be a painter of our century. You see a triangle here, and I'm going to briefly tell you the history of all this series of sculptures. So when the lockdown happened in New York, Jason, as all of us, he was home and his studio was closed, and so he couldn't even reach or find all sorts of materials to create his art. These sculptures are made of wood, which was available in his house, and LEDs and Arduino. So the actual art is the code and the dialogue that he has with the code, which he calls the void. Jason is a very there is a lot of philosophy in his art pieces, he looks at the wall for hours and hours until the code manifests to him. This is also a very long story, and this is the trip of this artist from the beginning of the quarantine, when finally he could get out of it with the help of a perfect figure as a triangle. And then when things started to change, this triangle opened and it became a temple. And this is how the series of temples was born. And then finally we have the Temple 6, which is the last one when we reopened to the world. And this also has a mechanical part in it. It's really like he if you read his statement, he's talking about the story where this man that he met, I believe in Israel, he was going around the temple day by day and he wouldn't enter, and then they asked him why he wasn't entering, and he said that he needed to be worth of entering. So it's a personal trip to the last temple, and through his sculptures you can really see what we had as humanity, what we had to go through during this COVID time. So the doorkeeper is here, and I think that I will have to leave it here, but I will be available for for questions later. You can always reach me on Discord channel or anywhere you like. We can have another live. I very much cared of being connected from the actual space for many reasons, and thank you so much for having me. Sorry for some, like bringing the computer, the phone, and talking, and the battery, and all the technical stuff. Thanks so much, Alegria, for supporting me with all the technical part.
Don't worry. It was an overall good time. I appreciate you taking the time out and for the museum to allowing you to do this so late and everything. We will have this edited and up as soon as we can, and we'll share it with you so that everyone else can see it.
Okay, thank you so much, Whale Shark, again for supporting this project, and I hope that you enjoyed the show. Tomorrow we will have this extraordinary day of the show will be open because it was very successful and people asked to see it during the weekend. So yes, thank you so much for having me, and I hope to see you all either in real life or on the other side.
Grazie mille. Talk to you soon.
Ciao.
Bye. Ciao, ciao.